This is CBS 7 News at 10. Your eye on West Texas.
It could damage my child and me for a long time, and I don't want that to happen.
Allegations of sexual assault in a kindergarten school bathroom has one mother looking for answers. A Colorado City mother has withdrawn all of her children from the school district after she says her 5-year-old daughter was sexually assaulted by other 5-year-old students.
CBS 7's Lauren Landman spoke with police and then sat down exclusively with the child's mother this afternoon. She joins us with that story. Lauren?
Jay Tatum, police remained tight-lipped, saying that only a sexual assault report has been filed and that they are investigating. Earlier, when I sat down with the mother, she was naturally upset and still holds the school accountable for anything that happened to her daughter.
I feel like her innocence is taken.
Last Thursday, Adrienne Glass, the mother of a 5-year-old girl attending Kelly Elementary, says she received one of the most shocking phone calls a mother could ever answer.
The other girl that was in the stall with my daughter was locked the door and was against the door, and they made my daughter pull her pants down, was touching her.
Adrienne claims this all happened when 2 other 5-year-old girls were in the restroom with her daughter as the other students went on to class.
About 10 to 15 minutes had passed, and then the teacher realized, oh my gosh, I don't know where these children are. And this was after they had already been in class. And another teacher had heard yelling and stuff from the restroom and actually went in there.
Adrienne was not immediately contacted about the incident. She says by the time the teacher finally called, school leaders were long gone.
The teacher finally called me about 5 p.m. that afternoon. I should have been called immediately, like as soon as that happened, and my daughter should have been in the counselor's office right away.
The next day, Adrienne finally met with school administrators to discuss the incident and the teacher.
I know the school filed a neglect report on the teacher, but that's it. She just got written up. That's all that happened as far as that goes.
We reached out to the school, who released this statement to CBS 7, saying, quote, once we were made aware of the allegations, we took the necessary actions internally and externally. We notified the proper authorities and met with all parents of the students. In a phone conversation with School Superintendent Reggie Spencer, he says that the school has taken the teacher's statement and will be revisiting the restroom policy. Still, Adrienne believes the school failed to follow proper procedure of doing a head count before bringing students to class and was not notified in a timely manner after the incident.
Adrienne says she does have plans on contacting a lawyer. School officials say they have not been able to verify any of these allegations through its own investigation, and police will continue to investigate.
Lauren, we mentioned before that Adrienne moved her children out of the school district. So what's her next move?
Yeah, that's right. She's actually taken all 3 of her children out of the school district, out of Colorado City in general, and she says that her daughter will now go through a lot of counseling. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Landman, CBS 7 News.
Lauren, thanks very much. By now, you've probably noticed the winter weather hasn't gone away or gone anywhere today. And if anything, it's become even colder out there.
Our weather director, Craig Stewart, joins us now from the Pinpoint Weather Center with a quick look at what we can expect overnight and into our Thursday morning. Let me guess, really cold.
That's right, Tatum, Jay. Very cold temperatures. There's even a freeze warning in effect for parts of the area. I want to show you the Pinpoint 4x4 radar because that's showing where the freeze warning is. Trans-Pecos area, parts of the mountains around say Marathon, Sanderson, even around Alpine, all the way down to Presidio. That started at 10 p.m., so it's already going on. It's lasting till 11 a.m. tomorrow. Now look at these early morning lows, and they could drop even a little bit lower. Right now we're looking at about 24, 23, Odessa, Midland, 22, Big Spring, Andrews, 24, Hobbs near 20, Kermit, Wink, Crane, Rankin, Big Lake, Garden City, the lower to mid 20s. A little bit further out, we'll show you. You get down around Pecos, 23, 24 Fort Stockton, 21 Marfa, 19 Alpine, Presidio, 30 degrees. It is going to be bitterly cold outside starting the day tomorrow, and not warming up very much at all. We'll tell you about that. Also, a chance of maybe a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow in that forecast as well.
Craig, thanks very much. A multi-million-dollar road project meant to improve the roads in Midland County has created more of a headache than actual improvements.
People living in Greenwood tell CBS 7's Tatum Gwen they haven't seen work on the roads in months. Tatum, how'd this all happen?
Jay Tatum, people that drive those roads daily haven't seen any progress. They've been told that an act of nature is the real cause of the delay. More people than ever are traveling on FM 307.
Sometimes the traffic's backed up there for at least a half a mile. The wear and tear on the busy road got noticed by the Texas Transportation Commission last year. They approved a $6.3 million project to make needed repairs on a 7-mile stretch of the road.
Finally, something's going to happen. Well, here we are months later, and we've barely finished the base.
Torn up pavement and construction cones now line the road. Sunderland says that's been the view along FM 307 for months without any progress.
It's extremely frustrating. The traffic is bad enough as it is even without the construction. You add this to it and it just gets more dangerous. It just seems like they started it and just left it in limbo.
Sunderland has been told by the construction company that the project could be finished by February of next year. And the cause of the delay is because of heavy rain that the area sustained a few months ago. At any rate, he just wants to see the project finished as soon as possible.
As long as we see progress being made, we're happy.
This project is part of a $58 million project from the Texas Transportation Commission to improve roads in Midland County. When first approved last year, it was set to be finished by the first quarter of 2014. We have reached out to the commission on what the delay is. We have not yet heard back at this time. Live in the studio, I'm Tatum Gwynn, CBS 7 News.
Tatum, thank you very much. CBS 7 has obtained the arrest affidavits for the driver in last night's hit and run that left one man dead. According to those documents, 33-year-old David Marin, the driver of the vehicle, was intoxicated and hit his wife a number of times at a bar and then again at the 7-Eleven on 87th and Andrews Highway. Odessa police tell us after that incident, he drove his vehicle, hitting and killing 38-year-old Jonelle Olivas. Police say Marin fled the scene, making no attempt to help the victim.
Further investigation revealed that Marin does have prior convictions for driving while intoxicated.
Tell CBS 7 that Marin is charged now with 2 second-degree felonies for failure to stop and render aid and also intoxication manslaughter. He also faces a 3rd-degree felony for assault family violence with previous convictions. Stay with CBS 7 as we continue to stay on this story. Big Spring police say they don't have enough information to press charges in a possible attempted kidnapping that happened at the Roy Anderson Sports Complex. Saturday morning, officers received a report that a child was in the parking lot when an older white man told that child to come with him. The child ran off, locked himself inside his mother's car, and then contacted her. The mother wrote down the license plate of the white Chevrolet Silverado the suspect is believed to have been driving. According to police, they don't have enough information to formally charge anyone with a crime. The incident is still under investigation.
Family members of Humberto Palma, a man who was killed by an alleged drive-by shooter, are still searching for answers. With no suspect's name, family says the community must come together to help them. Tomorrow, family members will be meeting at the Odessa Police Department at 10 in the morning to talk about the incident and hopefully find some answers. The Colorado River Municipal Water District held a meeting in Big Spring today to update the 3 member cities, Big Spring, Odessa, and Snyder, on water use and planning. Those who were at the meeting, including Odessa Mayor David Turner, had plenty of questions and concerns for the board members. CBS 7's Deanne Lopez attended that meeting earlier today and found out what the mayor had to say.
Mayor David Turner says that the CRMWD has served the city well. Now he's asking that they make decisions in regards to their water sources now instead of later by expanding their Ward County well field.
In the past 4 years, 2,240 homes have been built, 10 apartment complexes have gone up, and 1,303 hotel rooms have been added. These are the numbers that Turner reported to board members during today's meeting. With the population growing as fast as it is, he insisted that the Ward County well field needs to expand to 70 million gallons a day so they can have a long-term security supply of water for over 50 years.
Currently, they're at 45 million gallons a day, which is ample for our supply now. If we continue to grow, we're going to need to expand that well field.
Turner and the city are determined to make the expansion happen, so much that they offered to use part of the $100 million they were awarded from Pioneer for selling their reclaimed water. By using the Pioneer funds, paying for the expansion won't cost taxpayers a thing. However, before the board approves anything, the cities of Snyder and Big Spring must agree with the expansion, a stipulation Mayor Turner feels confident in.
Mayor Turner says that he will have a written-up proposal to present to the board by next week. Reporting in Big Spring, Deanne Lopez, CBS 7 News.
A Permian Basin home builder is partnering with Homes for Hope to help families around the world break out of poverty. Beaton Bow Homes is teaming up with several trade partners who have donated labor and materials for the home, which is located at 6920 Ranch Hand Road, the Northeast Midland, in Northeast Midland. That home is in the Lone Star Trails community, and the proceeds from the sale of the home will go to Homes International, an organization that works in the poorest areas of the world.
We love it. I mean, it's, you know, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business person. I know what having my own business has done for me for 20 years. And so I love the idea of helping someone else start a business, especially when it means so much to them that they barely can make a living.
The home is at the midpoint and still must be completed. The home will be sold to a local family.
The city of Presidio is expected to choose an interim volunteer fire department chief tomorrow. Council is officially accepting the resignation of the department's top 3 leaders. Their departure leaves the department with just 4 volunteer fighters for the large service area, well below the regulation of 14.
A sign ordinance could soon be on the horizon for the city of Andrews. City council members will vote on a proposed sign ordinance at their meeting, which is set for tomorrow. As of now, there are no sign regulations inside the city limits. City officials say as more businesses move into town, they need to have rules in place when it comes to advertising. It was a cold day in the Permian Basin, and it looks like that cold is here to stay for at least another day.
Here's a live look outside tonight, and it's a cold one even in Big Spring as you take a look over the city there. Weather Director Craig Stewart will rejoin us after the break with a full look at your 7-day forecast. It's coming up next on CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'll tell you what, it is cold outside. We're at 28 right now. That's cold, but you factor in that northeast wind, 18 miles an hour. That is really putting the chill out there, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like around the area, at least right now. Current temperatures, we're looking at 28 Odessa, Midland, Big Spring at 28 degrees, 35 Pecos, 33 Fort Stockton, Alpine 29. You've got 27 Marfa, 25 Hobbs, down around Presidio, 41 degrees. And speaking of Presidio, let's go ahead and show you the Pinpoint 7 iCam time lapse, because a little bit of cloud cover looking out over Presidio, out into Oinaga, and again, it has turned out to be a nice but very, very chilly evening across the area. Okay, factor in the winds. You saw it was northeast, 18 miles an hour. The feels like is 15 outside, 17 Big Spring, 13 for Hobbs, 3 in Ruidoso, 6 in Pine Springs. It feels like it's 27 Pecos, 24 Fort Stockton, the mid to upper teens for Marfa and Alpine, and even Presidio. You're feeling like it's freezing outside. Now let's take you across the state, because ridiculously low temperatures right now in Amarillo, 16, 22 in Lubbock, it's 32 Dallas, 40 in Austin. You get to far west Texas, 37. Let's put the wind chill to this, and you can see that cold air coming on down. It feels like it's right around 1 degree in Amarillo and 9 in Lubbock, 19 in Dallas. So that cold air anywhere from the Permian Basin all the way to Dallas-Fort Worth, all the way back up into the Panhandle. So today, 26 was that early morning low. I think we're going to see it lower before midnight. We average 41. That's our average low this time of year. Average high is 68. 36 today. That is a record cold high. The old record, 38 back in 1976. Unfortunately, with this cold front, we haven't seen anything in terms of any kind of rainfall, any kind of snowfall, just that cloud cover that's kind of stuck around the area. I'll tell you what, if it was clear out there and we didn't have any winds, we'd really bottom out with those early morning lows, but still lower 20s, that is definitely going to be chilly. So 28 outside right now. You saw what it was up into the Amarillo area. So get you into the morning hours, early morning lows, at least for the Permian Basin, 22, 23 degrees. That's what we're looking at right now. 17 in Lubbock, 11 in Amarillo. These are some cold temperatures, 33 in El Paso. Get toward the midday hour, and we're not budging a whole lot on your Thursday. 28 degrees, and then into the afternoon, 33. maybe 34 degrees. Clouds are going to be out there, so it definitely is going to be cold. 33 tomorrow, chilly on Friday, but definitely warmer than what we're seeing today, 50 degrees. And boy, you want to get out on Saturday because that is going to be the best day to get out and do anything. 70 degrees. You see Sunday, 42 degrees. That's a cold front coming on through. Sunday night, we're dropping down early into the morning to about 28 degrees. That'll give us a chance. Could see a little bit of rain, could see a little bit of snow. There's only a 20% chance of that happening. We'll see exactly what happens there, but 50, 52 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're back to 59 degrees. Not a great chance of getting any kind of winter weather, but it is still in the forecast. We're not getting it tomorrow. You better stay inside or have a heavy-duty coat tomorrow.
Wait, I think you just told me I have to stay inside, so sorry about all that stuff we have to do.
You're right here. You're inside. You're good to go.
All, yeah, no, it must be. It makes me cranky.
I can't help you with that.
Way to throw a 70 in between the two. Thanks a lot, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
One local organization that helps the homeless has received a lot of donations, but there are some items they really need. We'll tell you how you can help them.
And with the cold weather, as we just heard, it's here. Some are without coats. We'll tell you where you can get a coat and help those who don't have one. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas. If you or your organization would like to be part of a Christmas parade, now is your opportunity. The City of Midland Parks and Recreation Department is accepting entries for the Christmas parade. This year's theme is Wild West Christmas. It will take place on Saturday, December the 13th. Registration forms, rules, and regulations are available at midlandtexas.gov, or you can find them at the Midland City Hall or the Martin Luther King Recreation Center. All applications must be turned in to the MLK Recreation Center. They can be faxed to the number that you see on your screen or emailed by December 11th. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought something negative? Yeah. Well, so what if the mirror talked back with you with some words of encouragement? Mrs. Mirror, which changes the way women look at themselves for the better, will be at Music City Mall this Sunday from noon until 6 o'clock. Along with the Mrs., an all-female band from Austin will be here. The band will perform their first single, Enough, which tells women to embrace themselves as they are.
We've been talking about the chilly weather around here, and it's going to be back and forth throughout the winter. The Salvation Army in Midland, Odessa is helping you stay warm. If you or anyone you know needs a winter coat, you can visit the Salvation Army's office building at 810 East 11th Street or at 300 South Baird Street in Midland. Their doors are open Monday through Friday from 9 in the morning until 11:45 in the morning, and then 1 to 3:45. Jesus House in Odessa has seen an overwhelming amount of support from many of you wanting to donate. The organization says they cannot take any more clothes, but people wanting to donate may drop off other items. Their main needs right now include coats, toboggans, socks, gloves, chapstick, hand warmers, and thermal underwear. Items can be dropped off between the hours of 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Marshall Hughes joins us now with this week's sports. I love it. It's our player of the week.
Definitely so. It's coming to us from Buena Vista and Imperial, a six-man school. Coming up after the break, we're talking Texas Tech as well. The Red Raiders, they're set for a game against the Sooners. We'll have more on that. Here from Bradley Marquez and a great thing from Eric Morris. That's next on CBS 7. The Buena Vista football team has not been in the playoffs since 1995. That was 19 years ago. There's not a player on this year's roster that was even born yet. Now, one of the Longhorns standouts this season has been Ethan Evans. He's just a sophomore, and Evans totaled 292 yards with 4 touchdowns last week against Sands to give Buena Vista a perfect 10-0 record heading into playoffs. The Longhorns have been putting up big numbers all season long, but as Matthew Villanueva found out, Buena Vista is not about the statistics of the game. The Horns are all about winning.
We don't really keep up with stats. I don't post my stats after every game. I haven't even told them where they're at based on stat-wise. Our main thing and our concept has been team family this year. That's one thing we've been preaching all year long.
And all year long, there's been nothing but the sweet taste of victory. The Buena Vista Longhorns have been the Permian Basin's lone undefeated six-man team squad. And one of their main leaders, he's a sophomore named Ethan Evans.
It's very special, to have such a young kid, leading our team as a quarterback. Last year I put him there as a freshman. Didn't have much confidence in him throwing the ball, so we mostly pound. But this year, he's gained my confidence, and we throw a lot more than I thought we would.
True to his coach's philosophy, Evans referenced the team in nearly every question about himself, including his transformation from his freshman season.
The team that we have around, they just really build my confidence up, They just help me out a lot. They talk to me and they just help me out.
Maybe it's the inseparable bond the Longhorns share with each other where grade classification means nothing. that has Buena Vista in the driver's seat on the ride to state.
We just spend a lot of time together and just our team, and we're with each other basically every weekend, just talking, hanging out, and just it builds a lot of chemistry, you know. So we're just really comfortable around each other and just helps us all out.
You just heard age is not a factor over here at Imperial. Ethan Evans is a sophomore, one of the reasons why the Longhorns have yet to lose a ball game, going into playoffs undefeated, and that's why he's our CBS 7 Player of the Week for Week 11.
Matthew, thanks. Buena Vista opens up their playoff run tomorrow night at 6:30 in Pecos against Buena Vista. But you're looking at the Mojo. The Permian Panthers are going to play host to Arlington Sam Houston Friday night. This is a team that comes into Ratliff Stadium with all sorts of speed, including last year's 100-meter state champion. Mojo head coach Blake Felt talked with CBS 7 about his plan to slow down Sam Houston.
You know, one thing when you're playing a team that has great speed and they're much faster than you are, you've got to stop that speed before it gets going. So we've got to do a great job defensively of containing the football and getting to them in a hurry, because they can surely run.
Texas Tech senior wide receiver Bradley Marquez has grabbed the attention of Red Raider fans plenty of times over the past 4 seasons. He did the same thing at Odessa High School the 4 seasons before that. But even with all of that talent on the field, Bradley Marquez off the field is what makes him so cool.
I mean, he's a true competitor. I told Coach Kingsbury I'm going to find some kind of really cool present to buy him when he leaves here, just for the effort that he's put in, day out throughout this season. Things haven't gone the way we want him to, obviously, and he's a guy that continues to come in with a smile on his face, and he works the exact same every single day. So, you know, we would take a lot more like him, and we're going to try to recruit a lot of kids that have the same personality and work ethic that he does, and you know, really proud of what he's done and the leadership that he's shown to those young guys throughout a tough season.
Marquez will soon become the first one in his immediate family to graduate from college. He's also rocking a 3.47 GPA right now at Texas Tech. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.